Hey, all you hygienists out there, I got to tell you something. You are so lucky that you have such a considerate doctor that has purchased the Isolite for you. It's going to make your job so much easier. I know a lot of you have been coming up to me at all the conventions and asking me, how do I get this thing and what do I use it for? Well, we know what your challenges are in dental hygiene, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what you might start off using this for. Cavitrons, prophy jets, quad scalings, sealants will be amazing. The things that you'll be able to do will just be incredible. So let's pick one. Let's start off with a quad scaling. We're going to go ahead on the upper right hand side or the upper left hand side. It really doesn't matter which side you choose. What you're going to find is that you won't have to keep the tongue out of the way. You won't continually be reaching and picking up the high-speed evacuator or the saliva ejector to evacuate fluid. I know my hygienist used to do that all the time. She was in there quad scaling, she was rinsing things off, her hands were going every which way. Oh, here's the evacuator. Oh, here's the saliva ejector. Oh, I got to take this out of the mouth. Oh, you got to sit up, you got to spit out. I mean, it was just always a problem. I mean, for a quadrant, she was taking an hour of time. Now she puts the Isolite in, and she does 2 quadrants in the same amount of time that she normally did 1 quadrant in. Well, maybe a little bit longer than that. She's not quite twice as fast there. But she gets both of these quadrants done in 1 appointment. Okay, she's got the isolation, the tongue is out of the way, the throat is protected, and the cheek is protected. Nothing's going down the throat. The patient doesn't have to keep the tongue back. The patient doesn't have to sit up and spit out. And she doesn't have to use her third hand to reach over and pick up a high-speed evacuator or a saliva ejector. You need to rinse the area off, pick up your 3-way syringe and squirt it off. It's all evacuated for you. So those quad scalings will be wonderful. And while you're in there doing that, if you're using a Cavitron, you know how much airborne aerosol goes out into the atmosphere. I mean, it'll stay in that room for what, 20, 30 minutes just kind of floating around. And if it was red, your whole room would be red. So anyway, there's a lot of bloodborne pathogens in that. It's really nice when you can keep all that or a lot of that evacuated back in the mouth. So once again, you've got a great personal assistant and a great new friend in your Isolite. Let's get started on it. Okay, so we spent the last hour and a half doing quad scalings and root planings on Francois. We used the Cavitron, we used the prophy jet, and we hand curetted these pockets. Francois, it's been quite a while since he had his teeth cleaned, and there were a lot of areas of very, very deep tartar and calculus, as was apparent on the pictures that you saw earlier. Selena was our hygienist today. She did a fabulous job. Of course, Francois was anesthetized for this procedure because it would have been pretty painful without it. And we utilized the Isolite. Sometimes we took it out and sometimes we left it in for different experiences. So Francois, could you tell me what was it like using the Isolite and what was it like without it?
Very comfortable with it and very uncomfortable without of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was there one thing that you noticed in particular as far as any water buildup or any fluid buildup in your mouth?
Without of it?
Without, yeah.
Yeah, I was choking.
Yeah, choking.
And with it, it was perfect.
You didn't get any water down your throat.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. And it was a comfortable bite too.
Yeah, it was a comfortable bite, so
Yeah.
you were able to go ahead and rest.
My tongue was resting.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And you weren't worried about where you put your tongue or anything
No.
like that?
No, very natural feeling.
Yeah. And besides the fact of when I had to get you numb on the other side, did anything hurt at all?
Mm-mm.
And was the Isolite uncomfortable?
No.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Utilizing the Isolite definitely made my job easier today. It seemed to make the job a lot more efficient and patient more comfortable. So just in that sense, I was able to work through it using my Cavitron and scaling without having to stop, grab the suction, and suction up debris.